Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to do something interesting. So here we have our help desk management system. Then we have our login page and we have our register screen. So on our login screen, we are going to access our help desk management system. And as you can see, for those who are following this series, so this is where we are. So we have our dashboard, the number of tickets per category, but this data is not yet pre-populated. So if you are following this video, you can consider watching and actually subscribe to our channel. So as you can see here, we have the number of tickets per category. We have the number of tickets also per category. The only difference is the graph. And we also have the subcategories and even the status. And now we have the list of tickets down here. So what I want us to do is on our application, we have some items that we need to complete. So as you can see, we have, let me just zoom in a bit. We have the tickets section where you can access the recent tickets. Then on our previous video, we added the filters at the top here. Then we have the assigned tickets, and we also have the resolved tickets. It is actually filtered based on status and even the closed tickets. So then we have the ticket comments. So you can see the comments of the tickets, and these are now all the comments that has been assigned to various tickets. Then you have the ticket categories and even the subcategories of those particular tickets. Then you have the subcategories of the tickets, and we have the audit trails. So you can see here we have these audit trails. Then you have the system settings. Here you can actually add a new user as well. So this is actually the user details. Then you have the system codes. So we have the gender, marital status, resolution status. So this is kind of a grouping. Then under system code details, we now have the individual items within those groups. For example, like the female and male, they fall under the gender group. So that is what we are doing there. Then you have the system role. So here you can actually create a role and you can save it within our application and even the departments. So we are trying to enhance this application. So if you go back to the dashboard, so this is the dashboard. So if you try to enhance, we are trying to enhance this application. So for those who are following and you really want to see how this goes along, you can always follow our channel, subscribe to our channel as well, like the videos, and in case you feel you want to help us grow, you can always buy us coffee and we will really appreciate. So you can use the link down below to actually do the same. You can also access the source code by donating or actually claiming the source code from the link down below. So on the tickets, on our previous video, we added, you can actually filter the tickets based on these items at the top here. You can filter the tickets based on the title, created by ticket category, statuses, and the priority. For example, if I just say I want to see urgent tickets, if I click urgent and click search, then it will actually give me all the tickets that are actually urgent. So you can see this is actually urgent tickets. So I can also change, assuming I want to see very urgent tickets. I click there, then it will give me all the very urgent ticket. Then I can also check maybe I want the medium tickets. If I click medium, it will also filter. So you can see we don't have any medium tickets. So I can also say I want to filter my tickets based on urgency, that is the very urgent tickets, but I also want to see only those tickets that are that are urgent and also based on a status called assigned. So I want now to use those two statuses. So you can see now my tickets they have urgent priority and they have been assigned. I can say I want to see those that they're actually in progress. So if I click on it, I don't have. So if I change the status maybe to escalated, I don't have any ticket there. If I say those urgent tickets that has been resolved, so if I click, then you can see I have two of those tickets. So on this table, you see we have the number, the title, priority, ticket subcategory, created by, created on, and the status. Then you also have the number of comments. So you can see it actually counts the number of comments that we have within our application. So for each of the ticket, we have the number of comments. So if you click on this particular icon here, it will actually take you to that particular comment. And if you go back, so if you go back to the list, so you can see here we have the items, we have the resolved, and even the number of comments. So as you can see here, we have the urgent, very urgent tickets, medium. Then we have the categories. You can see the categories are long. So you can also add our search, that is the select to class here, so that you can actually search. So I'm going to so let's go to our index page. So on our index page, we can actually do here cells. I'm going to add single select. So this is so others you can actually use select to. So mine I've added this. So here then I can just do single select. Then I can also do single select. So for this single select, it will actually help us to search and even so if I just update our app, you'll notice something on our application. So let's just search and see. So for this search, I'm going to, so it's updating. So you can see if I click here, I'm now able to search. I can actually search here by Karanja. So if I type Karanja, then I can also search here by, I can say finance. Then I can also search here by in progress. So you can now search the details here. So you can see these are some of the things that you can always do. So there is now we have this, but remember we also have our assigned tickets, resolved tickets, and the closed tickets. So I want to now duplicate the same. So I'm going to copy this particular form, and I'm going to, so this is our, so let's just copy this and duplicate it on our assigned tickets. So you can have this particular form here as well. Then you can also have the closed tickets, you can also have it here. Then you can also have for resolved tickets, so you can have it here. Then any other, I think that those are the only ones. So then you can also do the same on the controller. So remember we had our search. So this is our ticket view model. So I'm going to copy also this one. So we are going to change how this now looks. So I'm going to copy this. I'll take it from here. So I'm going to copy this. Then if we go to, for example, to assign tickets, you'll remember that we have this. So so let's just do that way. But now what we need to add here, we are going to add our .where clause. So we can just say where, then you can just say X. Then we now have the status ID. Here we are filtering based on the assigned tickets. So I'll just do status, then you say is equals to assigned.id. Then this will now give us the assigned tickets only. You see, we have actually filtered based on the status. Then here it will give us the list, and that is it. The same case, we can also copy this. The same case, we can also do it with resolved. So this is the closed. So we can do it here as well. So the only thing that we are now changing is the closed status. So we'll just do here with status ID closed. That will give us all the tickets with the closed status. So if we go again to the resolved, it's the same case. So I'm going to do here. Here now we are going to assign the resolved status, and that will give us all the list. So is there anything? So what we now need to know to do is, remember on our index, we had our drop-down options, these ones. So we need to add them on our pages now. So we need to have this down here as well. So we also need to add on the closed section, we need to also add this. So then we also need to add here, we can add this. So that is some of the items that we need to change. So if we now access our app, every subsection that we had categorized will be now having those particular filters, and it can actually filter based on what we have. So let's just launch. So for those who are watching this video, and you have not subscribed, consider subscribing. We notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you have not subscribed. So subscribe and share, which actually goes a long way in ensuring that we provide more content to you guys. So let's just access our app. Then if we log in, this will take us to the dashboard. As you can see, we have the dashboard here. Then when we go to assign tickets, we now have our assigned tickets as, so you can see we have these pages, the same case as recent tickets, we have this particular section for searching. Then we have assigned tickets. You can see it is only the assigned tickets that are seen here. But you can also, from this particular point, you can also see the very urgent tickets. So if we just say very urgent and click search, it gives us the very urgent tickets. Now, there is one thing that is happening. If I go back to the assigned tickets, you'll notice that the assigned the priority is only one. But if I just click on very urgent and click search, you can see it is actually providing more of the items, and even it has changed. We are actually on a different section. So we were to change one thing. So if we go to assign tickets, you remember we had a form action, then this was pointing to index. So what needs to happen is you actually need to reference it to the same action, so which is assign tickets. So I'm going to copy that and place it here. Then you do the same for the closed. You need to reference it to the closed action. So if I just go here, I'm referencing that there. Then you also have the resolve. So I'm going to reference it to the same action. So this one. Then is there anyone? I think that's all. So if we try now to access our app, we should now be able to filter the items that we wanted. So, and it should give us the correct results based on the specific page that we are in, and also based on the results that we are expecting. So let's just sign in and see. So if we sign in here, it should take us to the dashboard. And on the dashboard, if we go to the assigned tickets, you can see we have around 4 items. So if I just say I want the very urgent tickets, we are expecting to get one result. So if I click search, it should now give us one of the item. So as you can see, that is it. So if we click urgent tickets and if we search, then we are expecting to get 4 of them. So that is the search. So we've now added the search on our some of the areas here. So you can do the same to the other modules, for example, like the ticket comments. So you can maybe search here based on the description, the ticket, the created on, or the created by. For example, on our tickets, you can actually search based on the person who created that particular ticket. So that is it. So what I want us to do today, as you can see on our application, there's something that we are missing. And if you noted, I think we are going to demonstrate that with our ticket comments. So if you noted on our ticket comments, we have a lot of comments here. But now there is one thing that is happening. We don't have a pagination. So you see, I want us to add pagination to this particular form. So you can see we have a lot of results that is actually being previewed here. So you can use the data table. That is one of the options. Or you can actually now have, so you can actually add the data table. Let's just see. So as you can see, we have a lot of comments here. So I want us to use, so we have our table paginated. So one way you can do that is you can actually use the data table, which we have here. So the only thing to activate is we can say ID, then we can say example. So you can just do here example. So if I do that and update our application, we'll actually have our data table here. So you can see this is now how it looks. So we have our items. We have these are our items, and you can actually search here. So you can search based on the so this is how our data table looks like. So if you go to the recent tickets as well, I think we had added, so we don't have it here. So you can also do the same. So if I just go back, I copy this, and I go to our tickets. So you can actually paginate your data table. So I want to do the same here. So I'll just do that. Then I'm going to add another class here. I'm going to close this. So if I do that, then let me just go back here. So that is, we have just updated on our index. We can also do the assign tickets. So you can also do this. So then we can also, if we do that, then I want us to come here and do this. So if I format, then I can also do, let's also do the others. So which is close tickets. So I'm going to do the same for the close tickets. I'm going to add these items here. Then I'm going to close it here. So we're trying to paginate our list. So using now the data table, the normal data table. So I'm sure if you use that, then you'll be able to see the same results that we are getting over here. So if I just add that, then I'm going to close here as well. So I'll just do div. So if we format, then that is it. So if we format our application, we now get, we should be able to get our data table, that is our table paginated. So you can see we have, it shows 10 of 20 over 100 and the rest. So this is now our form, and we can click the next page, which is actually paginated. If you do the same on the recent tickets, you can see we have our list here paginated. Our resolved tickets, you can see it is the same, and the closed tickets. But now there's a scenario, guys, that you know now, for example, like the recent ticket, assuming you have a million data on this particular table. So will you be actually previewing all the million records here? So what happens if you have a million records? Do you need to load up all of them at once? So that's some of the questions that I can actually pose to you guys, assuming we have a million records, because this system will actually be used, assuming you are actually deploying this system to your organization. So you'll notice that these tickets keeps on increasing every now and then. So assuming you have like a million tickets that has been raised. So if you allow users to be actually accessing this particular, like the recent tickets, and every time they click recent tickets, assuming, will you be loading everything from the database? That is a million records at a time. Is there a need for doing that? And also, can we just maybe preload or fetch it in batches? For example, you fetch like you can fetch all of them, but what you display is like 10 of them. Then every time a user needs, like he wants to go to page 2, then you paginate. So you load those expected records. So those are some of the questions that I'm going to leave it with you guys. And we are actually going to do it on our next video to ensure that whenever you load the data, you can actually paginate it. So there is this one pagination that you can do, and there's another pagination that we can always do a view. So if you want to see how we can actually consume data from a view instead of tables, then stay put and see you in our next video. Bye.